Hello. Happy Saturday to you, May the 2nd, and the 50th day of us being together on the Good Report. Very glad to see ya. Yeah, so we've been here for the last 50 days of this pandemic, and this space kind of morphed into, for me, it morphed into this space where I could just have a better feeling vibe than perhaps what I had in other parts of the day. And I do it here in community so that if you have anything that's been burdening you today, or anything that you want to celebrate, you can do that in community as well. That's intentionally dedicated to being here for that purpose. So anyway, welcome. Introduce yourself. Last night I was having issues with the comments actually coming through the system to me. And tonight I want to pick up on that a little more quickly if I can. So anyway, leave me a comment. Let me know where you're watching from and who you are. If I can't see the comments and they don't start scrolling up on my screen there, then I'm going to just grab a secondary device and try to track comments out here. Let's see. I'll try to do it that way. And actually while I'm out here as well, I'm going to share out the fact that the live stream is even happening. Thanks for being here. It's the Good Report. Can you believe that we've actually gone 50 days of being in here? It's so funny to me. I guess is that a celebration point? Or do you not get to celebrate when you've been online for 50 days in a row? Who makes up these rules anyway? Thanks for watching. Thanks for hanging out for the last 50 days. It's just a space where I am little Miss Muffet sitting on her tuffet of gratitude and appreciation. And some days, these days are better than others, but no matter what kind of day I have, if I intentionally focus just a little bit of time on what is actually working out for me and for you, whoever bounces through here, then that's time well served, I say. Let me look for these comments. I don't see the comments coming up, so let me see if I can get in here. Oh, there we go. Okay, so I'm going to turn this down here, and I'm going to see these things as you all see this. So, hey Pam, good to see you. Hey Daniel, good to see you as well. Let's see here. That's my I am enough alarm going off again. Daniel says, hey, here in the Bronx, happy Saturday. Peace and blessings to everyone. Peace and blessings to you as well. What happened that was awesome in your day? Did anything good happen to you? Hopefully the music will come back so that I can then... Good. See, everything works out if you just chill out. I'm going to shuffle cards now. I'll have to investigate why comments no longer come up on the screen. But that's cool. I thought they would. I may have to reset that piece. See what happens. All right, so I'm going to pick a card. Ooh, the card jumped out. And that's the one for tonight. Let me know how you're doing. How's your evening been? I've been dragging behind. I've been kind of investing time in learning a role-playing game, like a geeky computer game. And I've been watching all the tutorials because this game is famous for not... Hey, Rebecca. This game is famous for not just dropping you into the game and you just kind of have to poke around and figure it out. So I've watched about 4 to 5 hours of tutorials on how to play this video game, and I feel really, really prepared to play it now. I jumped in at first and did the in-game tutorials, and it was making any sense. It's like a derivative of Warcraft for you geeks out there. Raise your hands if you are a geek on Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, Twitch, Periscope. Geeks Unite. And so anyway, this game is called Guild Wars 2. And so I've watched like probably 4 or 5 hours of that of teaching videos, because I'm that geek that needs to watch a teaching video. Oh, Daniel says, my brownie edibles came in the mail from my buddies. Has a black business. Dolly Claus. Right. Do you know what kind of edibles they are? I'm very, very curious about that. I'm gonna try to reset this chat too. It's never behaved this way. But you know what? Ain't no problem. I already picked the card for the day. Flexibility. Flexibility is the angel card that we are picking that's going to guide our discussion. Flexibility. Let's see what divine inspiration or what divine message we get for our day from this card. Flexibility is ability to course correct without losing sight of the goal. Let go of narrow-mindedness, stay open to the flow, and keep current with new information. Okay, all right, card. This is nothing woo-woo. This is the original Angel Cards book, Inspirational Messages and Meditations. It's harmless enough, right? For you saved and sanctified people out there that still follow my work and love City. It's nothing woo-woo to woo-woo. I mean, but listen to the message. The ability to course correct without losing sight of the goal. That's what flexibility, that's what they define it as. And then it says, let go of narrow-mindedness, stay open to the flow, and keep current with new information. Well, listen, we don't have a choice right now. We're gonna have to open up our mind to new possibilities. We gotta let go of narrow-mindedness, stay open to the flow. All we can do is flow because we don't know what's gonna happen with tomorrow, and then keep current on new information. Look, the news is on it. They are letting us know. I'm not one to endorse like news people or news. What do you call them? Sources. But I really, really am a fan of Axios right now. AXIOS. They just distill the news down into just the facts, just the data, just the research. Like it's got none of the fluff. Like I don't need CNN with their music trying to like pop on me. Like I don't need all of that. Hey Shantae. Hey Julie. Good to see you. Daniel, chocolate chip regular brownies, happy treats. I know. I love a good happy treat. But yeah, like I was saying, I don't need CNN, with their theatrics. I just need what actually is going on so that I can guide my compassion and guide my work and make sure that I let my representatives know what I stand for, so that when I remove that vote from their asses because they're not actually looking out for me and my community, those are the type of things I just need to know. I don't need to know all of the extra. So I don't know where I put the book, but when it talks about keeping current with new information, yep, that's as far as I can go. And then they also send me like outline style emails that just kind of like distill like the surface of what happened in the news. Like, this is the death count, this is the cases, this is what they're saying out of the White House, this is what's really happening. They're not letting Fauci testify. I wonder why that is, because he's bipartisan and doesn't really care about whether you're Republican or Democrat. He just wants the science talked about. I wonder why the White House is not allowing Fauci to testify. I wonder why. We gotta wake up. We gotta follow the clues. Oh, the White House is not allowing Dr. Fauci, renowned epidemiologist and disease expert over decades, multiple presidents, has met all of them in his adult life, has worked under all the presidents, and this Dr. Fauci, the White House does not want to allow to talk to anybody official on the record. I wonder why that is. Anyway, yeah, I keep current on new information. Yeah, that I do. It's just that I have to be very, very careful how I engage the news and engage pieces of the facts that I hear, because if you pay attention long enough, you'll realize that this is kind of like, it's kind of messed up. It's not kind of messed up. It's full on messed up. If you pay attention. Hey, Betsy. If you pay attention, you'll see, it's a bit of a mess, because you know, I'm trying to reposition. If we're not going to have comments in here, then I might as well like reposition my face. Otherwise, that looks crazy. It's just I've just temporarily forgotten how to do it. Oh, nope, it's Alt. There we go. Thanks for hanging out, everybody. How are you exhibiting flexibility in your life? How are you exhibiting flexibility? Are you chilling out? Are you... Are you taking walks? Are you sleeping a lot like I am? Although I think that my recent sleeping had a lot to do with like just being a little depressed because one of my friends died. Or the general nature of life, you know, right now. It's okay though. It's really okay. Hey Amy, good to see you. Welcome into the space. I usually have the interactive comments, but I'm having a technical difficulty. The last couple days they've not been coming in, and then I've ended up talking to myself without knowing what was going on the screen. So anyway, I'm looking down and just kind of seeing the comments because I like sitting here on this Muffet and Tuffet with you. Amy says, hey Andre, I just popped in just as you said a friend died. I'm so sorry. Yeah. There's last night's episode, day 49. What's the day 48? I think it was day 49. Last night's episode, was it night before last? I don't know. Life is just one big day. I melted down like on camera, lost my shit. It was last night because that's when I realized that the comments weren't coming up in the feed anymore because oh man, because I was like literally boo-hooing on the internet and people were like, oh, it's okay, friend, it's okay, and I couldn't see any of it. So people that tuned in last night and offered me like light and love, thank you so much. I literally had no clue. I went back after the end of the Good Report and literally just, I don't know. It was like, oh my goodness, I can't believe that happened. Oh, Daniel says, I thought it was shade. No, love, it was not shade at all. It was just simply me, like, not seeing it. I don't know why the universe didn't want me to see it, but I didn't. until after the fact, and now I had to turn it off, because I got to figure that out. But we'll figure it out. Pam says, my sleeping is awful. I felt free today because I got to go to the lake with my mom. How was that? Excuse me. I'm going to open my beer as well. 1 second. If you've got a beer, I don't mind you popping it around this well. We're just gathered on rocks around the well, just chatting. Tell us about your trip to the lake with your mom, Pam. Here's a big wave of love for you. Thank you, Amy. Thank you so much for that wave of love. Oh, that's not only, I'm sure, felt by just me, but by everybody that's in this space and is going to hang out after. I just kind of, for those of you who are new here, I just get on here around 8:30 every night and I just hang out. If this were, a well in the city, Love City, if this were the well in the city, I just come and sit at the well and just hang out with whoever pops through. There's always love here. That's the wonderful thing about this city that's different from the cities where we all are tuning in from and where we actually live. What's different about Love City is that in here we can just kind of be free to be who we are and just really share love, give love, and receive love. It's a wonderful thing. Amy says, I was in the middle of making dinner and randomly decided I should pop in. I'm so glad I did. Yeah, thank you for the love extended. I boo-hooed about it last night, so I'm not going to do it tonight. But Mike was a really good friend to me when I was coming out, and I had a lot of rejection in my life from straight men, and he loved me regardless. He was just a good straight guy presence in my life at a time when I was really, really fragile about my sexual identity, gender expression, whatever, And so, hearing that he passed in his sleep suddenly, just made me sad because he was a good one. He was a good egg. Daniel says, right, shout out to Earth Angel Mike Humble. Oh yes, you remember his name. Now Spirit Angel. Oh, just seeing you say his name because you've been here. Oh my gosh. Thank you. Yeah, just hearing you say this stranger's name to you, and to know that one more person knows how much he meant to me, and to the world. And we all mean something to the world. I'm not pretending that my friends are better than your friends or anything like that. I'm just saying that, like, continue to live your life the best you can in a way that when you're gone, the fragrance of your kindness remains. That's what I want to do, friends. I want to live my life in a way that when I am gone, when the flower of my life is crushed, the fragrance is still he loved in XYZ way. And that's how people kind of, that's what Mike was for me. Pam says peaceful. I put pics up. So Pam went on a stroll around the lake with her mom today. She said that it was peaceful. She put pics up. Scott said, have a beer for him. Man, this is so good. This was last night's too. Harpoon IPA has been blessing me when I have a beer belly. And that's okay too. Amy says, I've got some leek bread about to come out of the oven. When it's ready, I'm going to pour a glass of wine, and that'll be my contribution to the well. Thank you so much, Amy, for hanging out. Leek bread. Oh, all of these breads. Like, how are we... should I get into that? Should I try making breads? Should I try to make a bread on a live one night? I've never made bread before. Have I ever made bread? I don't think I've ever made bread. So if I can figure out how to make bread, then maybe I'll come on live one night and make bread. Or no, the Good Report is always a dedicated kind of safe space or gratitude and yummy energy. I'll do like a supplemental like live where I like try to make bread. I don't know what to do to make bread. I've said bread 5,000 times. Amy says, I would so love to go to the lake. Peaceful sounds exactly right. I'm so glad you got to do that with your mom. Yeah. Daniel's telling me don't start preaching, so I'm gonna stop preaching. And then when I'm out going to get like groceries and things like that, which I've not left my block because the grocery is on the block, I always feel like it's like Handmaid's Tale. Like I want to like look at somebody and be like, Pam, I want to look at someone and be like, under his eye, and like keep moving, because it feels very, very weird. So I can imagine that being out on that lake felt like you're like going to get chased by the overseers in Handmaid's Tale. Amy says, Andre, if you want to do a video chat with bread baking, let me know. I'd be so happy to show you some stuff. Yes, let's do. How long does it take to make? You know what? We can handle this in the DMs, but I'd be very curious to know, Amy, how long it takes to make bread, because however long it takes, no, we can Zoom each other, go live on the Zoom, and then make bread together however long it takes. I just got to figure out what supplies. But if you tell me what supplies to get, I'll get the supplies, and then we'll make bread together on one of these episodes. That sounds like fun. Yeah, I think that I read that right. If you want to do a video chat about bread baking, let me know. Yeah, I'm letting you know. I want to do it. Homemade bread is the bomb. I've never made the bread. And then Howard says #bread. Yeah, it's like Oprah. Bread. You know? I just love carbs. And carbs love me. All right. So anyway, we've already read the card that we were supposed to read. And then this is usually, let's see. Amy says, we'll chat about bread. Daniel says, I'm curious, sibling, what you been like now. What I've been, you talking about me? What I've been doing? Or what someone else has been doing? What have I been doing? Watched The Handmaid's Tale. Very strange. I couldn't stop watching. I know that's like a cautionary tale about, who we could become if we don't get it together. Amy says, and I met you and I chat and I'll show you how, and then you can decide if you want to do it for your live. Oh, okay. All right. Yeah, sure. Let's chat about it. But I'm sure I'm going to want to do a lot. I mean, I can't lose anything by just making bread on the internet, and I know that my friend Matthew Schrank, who makes bread like every day, like a fresh loaf, like almost every day. I know he'll tune in. It only needs to be a few people. I'm realizing that happiness can be cultivated just by your high. Oh, Daniel, did you eat? You got to be very careful with those edibles, friend. Like, you cannot be... I hope you have to eat a little at a time so you can test, like, how concentrated the oils are in the edible. You cannot... How much did you eat? Okay, you've been asking me what have I been watching on Netflix and stuff. All right, so I've been watching... Ozark, moving very slowly through Ozark, not because it's a horrible show, but because I'm horrible with television and movies I fall asleep on, and television I pause to write an email, and then 2 hours later I didn't push resume. So thank goodness for these services that have the resume feature, because if I can push resume, then I can catch back up. But it takes me like 3 days to watch one episode of any television show. It annoyed my ex-husband. Oh, it annoyed him. Oh, he gets so mad. So then he would have to like make me a captive audience. Like we'd have to like make dinner and like sit up, turn on all the lights, and then like, or dim the lights and like watch like whole episodes of like Game of Thrones. It was so funny when Game of Thrones ended. It was like I was single. No, I wasn't single. We were married. I was married when Game of Thrones came out, and then Game of Thrones outlasted my marriage. It's so funny. I laugh about it. But yeah, he would have to make me watch full episodes of shows because it takes me like 3 or 4 days You ate the whole brownie. You cannot eat the whole brownie, Daniel. You can't eat the whole thing. You have to eat a little at a time. I guess you can't eat the whole thing and then be asking me crazy questions on the internet. So yeah, Ozark. I'm working my way through Ozark. That's the show right now. It's the only reason why I still have Netflix for that one show. And then I watch own programming like Oprah, Super Soul, lectures and things like that. Then there's a bunch of books on tape that I'm listening to. I think you may not have been in here when I said that I've started playing, I'll start training to play Guild Wars 2, which is like a massive online role-playing game, kind of like Warcraft. And so I watched 5 hours of training videos for that. Why not? It's my time, my life. Judge yourself. Hey, Delise, good to see you. Scott and I have been watching Schitt's Creek. It's so funny. We know Schitt's Creek in here. I know Schitt's Creek. Moira Rose, David, Alexis. I love Schitt's Creek. Sorry. For those of you that just had to experience me be multiple characters from Schitt's Creek, I apologize. The Good Report has gotten off of the rails tonight. Don't forget to leave in the comments what you're grateful for today and what you appreciate. It's very clear that Scott and Pam appreciate Schitt's Creek. It's a really, really wonderful show. Wonderful show. Daniel says, I watched The Boys and DC Universe Doom's Patrol. I don't know. I feel like for a moment there you were speaking a whole different language. What is that? I watched The Boys and DC Universe Dooms, but I don't know what that is. Is that English? And then Daniel says, judge yourself. So funny. Yeah, judge yourself. It takes me 3 days to watch an episode. It's cool. What I'm going to start doing though, which I need to do for a little bit of stability in this quarantine, I'm going to start putting chunks of time to do certain things on my calendar. I need to get a little more regimented in my flow because it's getting a little squirrely. And so I need to put workout on the calendar. I need to put breakfast on the calendar. I need to put the good reports on the calendar, but video games or watching television or whatever. Just allow myself to have those moments as I have them. And then do the other things I need to do as well, right? That balance piece. Pam says yes. Daniel says yes, and then Pam says I'm watching Vampire Diaries 2. What is Vampire Diaries about? Oh my gosh. Amy says I got through all 3 seasons of The Marvelous Mrs. Maisel. So is that a good show? It was good, she says. And then because I ended up with a total crush on one of the actors in season 2, Zachary Levi. Sounds familiar. I ended up watching the movie Shazam and just started the show Chuck. He's a star in both of those. Zachary Levi. I feel like I know the name Zachary Levi as well. I had friends in The Marvelous Mrs. Maisel. Apparently there's slaves in a kitchen or black people in a kitchen. I can't tell from the stills. All my friend, this is a friend that I worked with in Rocktopia on, and he puts up stills of his work and acting in The Marvelous Mrs. Maisel, and it looks like black people in a kitchen. So are there black people in a kitchen in The Marvelous Mrs. Maisel? I've never seen it, but I'm happy for my friends that work in these shows. I always wonder if that's something I could do, but then I'm doing so many other things, so it's whatever. My cup runneth over. The Boys on Amazon Prime, and Dunes Patrol is on the DC Universe app. Superhero shows. Okay, I don't know. I may try it at some point. I'm not really big on the superhero shows. Like, I'll watch, Black Panther and stuff like that. I don't really OD on those, though. And then Amy says that Mrs. Maisel is so very good, and they're dealing with social issues of the early 60s. Oh, this is a period piece. Mrs. Maisel is a period piece. But this is on Amazon, right? So it's free. Like, I don't need to, if I can give it a couple episodes and be cool with it. It's a period piece. So do they deal with I guess that's why the black people are in the kitchen, because I guess they deal with the racial dynamic of it all, right? I don't know. Daniel says, I read some buzz about a new Ryan Murphy series on Netflix called Hollywood. There's always going to be something new. This is why I'm chilling out. Like, I'm going to watch Ozark, one episode every 3 days, like we used to do back in the 80s, 90s. I'm not messed up for taking 3 days to watch one episode of television. It's that the world has gotten really, really, really fast and crazy out here. It's not me. It's not me. I can take my time. They're coming out, and then there's the trending number 1, number 2 most trending. It's turned into like a game. Like oh my god! I did you watch Tiger King? I watched Tiger King. It was the number 1 trending television show in America. It's turning into a lot. So I'm just gonna give myself the space that I need to watch Miss Marilyn Maisie, Jingleheimer Schmidt, whatever the fuck that show is called. I'm gonna watch that when I can, because let's see. Old School Wonder Woman. Oh, Old School Wonder Woman. That's what you're watching, Pam? Amy says season 3, she tours with a black musician, and they get into some of the issues of the white Jewish woman and the black musician touring together. I see, including her opening for him at the Apollo, and she also cooks for the whole tour group at the hotel on tour. Oh, which is when the kitchen scene. Oh, yeah. Okay, so my friend Reggie Woods is in those kitchen scenes. Yeah. Love that guy. Love you, Amy. Okay, cool. I'm down. Oh, should we do it? We probably should. Should do our little meditation for those who we remember every day. I'll take a sip of my beer, though, because, you refuse to watch Tiger King, Daniel. Why do you refuse to watch Tiger King? Oh, man. So just remembering that we are here for gratitude and appreciation. We call ourselves right now into the present moment, into our heart space. Not what happened in the past, not what could happen in the future, but just the present moment right here, right now. Taking a breath. Whatever you are burdened with, my friends, I invite you to just lay it down. Just put it down for a second. If you've been carrying some level of stress or anxiety or pain on your back for the last 24 hours, I want to invite you to just lay it down. And you can pick it up when you leave the stream. That's completely cool. But I want to invite you to come into, yes, Daniel, into this tender heart space. where you, even for a moment, the best you can, forget about the worries or the things you did yesterday and the regrets you have of the past and, the job you lost and the mean things that happened and the negativity that happened in your yesterday. Just, it'll be there. Unfortunately, we can't turn it off, so it'll be there. But just for the moment, just let it rest. Just let it fade. And then the worries of tomorrow, the things that are to come, the jobs to get, the things to get, the stages to conquer, the things to become, we also let that fade away for a moment. And just bring ourselves right here to 9:32 Eastern on Saturday, the 2nd of May. We just bring ourselves into this present moment. And we choose intentionally to just take off of our shoulders the things that have been weighing us down for just the last 24 hours. The anxieties that we've picked up, the internal struggles, the internal ping pong, the fears, the agitations, the worries, the anxieties. We just invite each other in this shared space to just drop those down. Just drop them off of us. We just drop them off of us. Little by little, we drop them off of us. And then we breathe. Just breathe. Nowhere to be, nowhere to go. Just here. It's been such a great thing to be here daily with you. Just taking a breath. Chilling the fuck out. It's been wonderful. Take a breath. Take a breath. And breathe out. Yeah. It's been wonderful. It's been wonderful because I know that intentionally we'll be here for each other. It's like this really, really tight, compacted knot. Hey, Amanda, it's this really tight, impacted knot of Christmas lights. Life is. Imagine your life as this compacted ball of Christmas lights, and like one bulb is your daughter, and one bulb is your son, and one bulb is your spouse or your partner or your fuck buddy. And one bulb is this person, and one bulb is this situation. It's like this really big, like strung together ball of lights, and you want to make sense of it. And one of the solutions that I use, I'm nobody's guru, but one of the solutions that I use for untangling that ball of thoughts and things is by pulling myself, as we just did, into the present moment and just breathing and just allowing space in my situation. It's like, oh, that's your imposter syndrome. That's that bulb. Okay, I'm just going to breathe with that. And then and that's connected to, family stuff. And then that's triggering me because I'm stuck in the house for 50 days. This is day 50, by the way. Just in case you wondered. That number right there, very real. Because 50 days ago, I said, oh my gosh, like I can go online and just be myself. And for those of you who want to do the same, more power to you. Do it. The more light and love and connection we have in the world, the better. So I was like, I want to hold space. And then immediately my thoughts went, what if nobody shows up? What if nobody cares? And then that's like our ego's worst fear. Our ego's worst fear is that no one will give a fuck. That is our worst fear. If you're honest with yourself, as I'm being honest with you, our ego's worst fear, not our inner nature, not the core of who we are, but our ego's worst fear is that no one will tune in, no one will come to my birthday party, no one will, like, there's like Reddit, there are Reddit channels, or there's subreddits dedicated to like kids that feel sad because no one came to their birthday party, and like the parent has like a picture of them. People are still to this day taking pictures of their kids instead of instilling confidence and love in their kids. They say, sit there, no one came to your party, I'm gonna take a picture, I'm gonna post in this subreddit that nobody came to this kid's party. Out of control. And so, but that's the ego's worst fear. Like we use that in society as a way to to shame people. You know, it's like, you know, like what if nobody comes to your event? What if no one tunes into your live stream? For shame. Like, that's the worst thing. Like, how will you even know that you're like a lovable human being if nobody tunes into your live? How would you know? If your live doesn't have 200 people, how would you even know that you're loved? That's what we built. We've constructed these things. Remember the 80s? Remember the 90s? Remember your beeper? Remember the days before you had a pager? When you just lived a life, like you just lived a beautiful, a rich-ass life. Fried chicken still tastes good before smartphones, man. Cheese still, pizza was so good even before smartphones. Before the internet, before Facebook, pizza was good Let me tell you something. I have a pizza story that I cannot share on the internet ever. My closest friends know that pizza story. But pizza definitely existed before the internet. All of these joys existed before the internet. And we're letting likes and follows and viewers influence our joy of the things that we love doing. Don't do that. And so I'm getting to the point. My point is, 50 days ago, I was like, well, what if I get online and no one comes, no one pays attention, no one comes around the well and wants to chill and just chat. And then all of a sudden, Spirit was like, Spirit, love, God, whatever you're comfortable with, something greater than me was like, that don't matter. If 0 people come, then you sit there and you talk about gratitude and appreciation and what you're grateful for that day, and then you log off. You do you do the dream in your heart. You do what I planted in your heart. You allow the seed that I planted in your heart to grow. You just show up. And I don't know who needs to hear this right now or in the podcast later. But you just need to show up. It's really not about numbers. It's really not about numbers. It's about this beautiful, there are trees in the forest that are relying on each other's root systems in order to stay alive. They say that trees can talk to each other through their roots and things. There's a huge connection, an interdependence that's within the human spirit that does not need 4 million viewers. Doesn't even need any viewers. You just raise your vibration of what you want to put out into the world, whatever love, whatever status, whatever medium post, whatever your freak flag is, let it fly outside of this fame game, this numbers game. Just allow it to be. Andre, you lie. Pizza was no good before I could snap a pic and put it on Instagram. No way. Amy says, Andre, you lie. Pizza was no good before I could snap a pic and put it on Instagram. No way. No, pizza was certainly not. Pizza tasted awful for Instagram. We got to get this together. We got to get this together before it really, really, really wrecks the joy of our lives. And I'm going to be that old man Magoo. When this beard goes gray, more than it already is, I'm probably going to still be that old man Magoo on the internet that literally is like, honor your heart. Honor your heart. This shit isn't real. This shit isn't real. Like, the money's not real. The likes, I mean, like, someone's liking these things. Like, I know that it's a boost for you to, it's a boost for me to know that someone actually liked my thing and validates my work. It's all cute. But to get caught up in it and then to turn your life into either suffering or a lack of making your dreams come true, or stepping into your dreams because you're scared of what people might think, I just want to set you free from that. And don't cause suffering for yourself by doing things that aren't natural to you, or things that, don't really make you happy. I mean, yeah. Shameless plug. Like, my whole business that I'm building, and the whole part of the work is what I'm doing is like if you have a dream or something you want to see come true, reach out to me. Especially if it's creative, theater, arts type stuff, but whatever your dream or your business goal is, whatever. If you want to reach out to me and talk about it so that we can actually start mapping a way to actually go from what's in your head to actually what's out loud, then we can do that. We can do that. It's very weird for me though. I don't want to come off as salesy or pitchy, because I really don't care if you reach out to me for business needs or not. But I gotta balance how I also let people know what I do, because everyone in my life these days is like, Andre, what is Andre? What do you do? And so I gotta start figuring out a way to let people know that I'm a marketing, communications, business development guy, specializing in creative and theater endeavors. But really, I've helped diversity, equity, inclusion people. I've helped astrologers. I've helped body workers, dancers build their brands and .coms and .orgs and things. So I'm a cheerleader, but I'm a cheerleader that will only give you good words and of encouragement, but also build your website. I don't know how I ended up I don't know how to tell people what I do and what I'm looking to do without telling them, without also sounding salesy. This life. You see all the hoops. You see all the hoops you have to jump through. It's I want to help people. I want to encourage people. I want to do donation-based creative services. I gotta talk about it, but I can't talk about it too much. Otherwise, people think that I'm trying to sell them something. When I'm on this good report, good space, and then it becomes, wait, is this a gratitude space or is this an advertisement? I can't really tell. There's just so many. Maybe I'll put it in the scrolling comments at the bottom so I don't have to say it. Want to work with me on your dream? Open hand, it's fun. I just casted, or helped to cast, a theater project last week, and it was fun. But even that guy was I don't understand what Andre does. I'm I am a project manager and a arts admin. It's fun. Anyway. Yeah, so how did I get out of the tender-hearted space? I love you like sliced bread, but my dinner just came out of the oven and smells insane. I have to go. Love you. I love you too, Amy. Anyway, we remember tonight those in our present moment awareness, those dropping right back into it. We remember those who are in pain as we have been in pain. And we ask the divine light of love to just come into this space right now and rest on the very same shoulders where we were burdened. Now you remember we put our burdens down at this well. And now we ask love to come and rest on our shoulders. Now, some of you are going to think I'm woo-woo and I'm beyond caring in the days of coronavirus. Just touch your shoulders. You've got one hand for it. If you're holding the phone or if you got the computer, but just touch your shoulders. Just lightly touch your shoulders. I know it's woo-woo and weird. I don't care. This is my life, my expression, my life, my flow. Just like your beautiful life, your beautiful flow. Ooh, Andre was on the internet touching his shoulders. We are allowing love to rest on our shoulders. Just allow love to rest on your shoulders. Oh, divine love, thank you for being here. Thank you for giving me all the love I need, all the power I need, and the sound mind that I need. I thank you, love. I thank you, divine consciousness. I thank you, God. I thank you, Source. I thank you, Father. I thank you, Mother. I thank you. I thank you. I thank you for love that rests on my shoulders. He that dwells in the secret place of the Most High shall abide under the shadow of the Almighty. I will say of the Lord, He is my refuge and strength, a very present help in the time of trouble. See, sometimes those childhood remembrances come back up. A very present help in the time of trouble. A very present help in the time of trouble. A very present help in the time of trouble. Anybody out there under the sound of my voice who needs a present help in the time of trouble, myself included, Source, divine guidance, God, the divine mother said that he, she would be that. And some of you don't like it when I diversify God, but that's okay. God is a lot of things to a lot of people, and a lot of different things to a lot of people, clearly because we can't get on the same page about how to love people. But whatever that divine love presence is for you, some people call it God, whatever it is a very present help in the time of trouble. I see you, Daniel. A very present help in the time of trouble. I will say of the Lord, He, she, its presence is my refuge and my fortress. All of these things true. How can that homosexual speak scripture like that? How does he do that? How does that homosexual speak scripture so well? Well, because you learn these spiritual truths and you learn these pieces of the text that really resonate with you. And then it doesn't leave you. It just doesn't leave you. You can't unlearn, for me, 21, 22 years of training in the biblical text and ministry work. You just can't, it does not depart. You can't, now I call bullshit on some of it. especially the harmful parts, like y'all telling me I can't love who I want to love while having your shrimp po' boy. Still trying to figure that shit out. I'm still trying to figure out how y'all can cheat on each other and have multiple baby mamas and want to come for me about who I love and how I express my love, bedroom or nah. Still trying to figure that one out, but I'm going to let it go. I'm going to let it go because God is still a very present help in the time of trouble. And you see how I was trying to get troubled there. I was almost troubled because I was thinking about how y'all literally do so many things that are forbidden in the scriptural text, yet want to come from me about the way that I express love one to the to another. I'll never how I I still, but I'm not gonna let it go. I have a dream of being a music pastor again. So I haven't been a music I was gifted by Powerhouse Youth Group and New Life Outreach International Church. Shout out to Pastors Victor and Carmen Torres. I had a really, really good time as a kid from 13 to 18 leading worship in that very, very large and vibrant youth group in Richmond, Virginia. And then going on to work in ministry work and worship work in college. And then all of a sudden being made to choose at the fork of the road. Hey, Brianna. Hey, Daniel says, I knew when I said don't preach spirit, it was just going to pour out of you. I can't help it, man. Like, my heart is in ministry work. And then someone told me that I couldn't do it because I suck dick. And then my whole life has been this kind of alchemist. If you read The Alchemist, it's this huge, like, winding journey and return to what I feel is ministry work, but ministry work outside of the bullshit. Like, if your ministry is not love, if your ministry is not commanding you to love people in ways that's unconditional, if your religion is not steeped in what Jesus actually said, like, I love those prints of, the red letter Bibles where it's only what Jesus said, like the words of Jesus and nothing else. Not all of that other shit that they allowed us to see that's not like locked up in the basement of the Vatican. But like what Jesus actually said was actually pretty on point and not too different than what the Buddha was saying and from what Muhammad was saying and other prophets. If you could open yourself to that, then your life then opens up to so many possibilities of love that includes Jesus dying for you on the cross. Sure, boo. Sure. Jesus died on the cross for you, and so many other things are coexisting. Jesus died on the cross for you, and there's no reason why I can't express love with another consenting human being the way that makes me happy, causing 0% harm to anyone else. There's no reason why that's not okay. But our myopic view or our very narrow-minded view of the Spirit of God, our very narrow-minded view of who God is and what God is and how God is and when God is and why God is. When we... Oh, God. Hey, Kim. Why would you even make me choose? What can separate me from the love of God? What can separate? It's so weird that people think that somehow we can be separated through our lived condition from the love of an almighty God? Which one is it? Y'all gotta choose. Either God is all-encompassing love that washes over everyone, including Trump, or not. Like, all of these different versions of God is really getting confusing to me. It's getting on my nerves. Like, it's like, your God or my God? Like, which God are we talking about? Like, you're standing around praying, dear God. Oh, wait, which one? There's so many different versions of God. And somehow yours pushes me out of the presence of God. Like, your version of God is somehow supposed to push me out of the presence of God. No, nothing shall separate me from the love of God, including my gender expression, including my chosen partners of all genders and varieties. Nothing can separate me from the love of God. Period, poo. And y'all have been trying. Like, I remember when it first happened, like 2005, I realized that I could not suck dick the way that I was and also be part of this traveling ministry group. We were traveling all over the world with campus choir at Lee University. And I was like, I can't, like, according to these people's God and Jesus, I cannot be out here singing on international television, because that's what we were doing. In that season, we were singing on TBN and INSP and all these Christian international networks being viewed by millions of people all over the world. That's what I was doing. Very, very shiny object according to the world standards. Even though it was ministry work. And then I realized, oh my God, I'm a hypocrite if I suck dick and do this, because there's no space in these people's God for me to be able to do that and still love and minister and pour out to people. It's a very, very painful season in my life. And I felt very, very much so. And I never plan when I'm coming on here to talk about. I just come on here and just kind of sit and just start talking like in group therapy. And so I felt very much so. 15 years ago, Jesus. 15 years ago, I felt very much so pushed out of the presence of God. And I'm telling you, there's a bunch of other queer, and let me just make it very clear, lesbian, bi, trans, gay, queer, intersex, binary, non-binary, gender non-conforming. There's a bunch of children of the Most High who have felt pushed out of the presence of God because of y'all's Jesus and y'all's God and your standard of righteousness. So many of us that are just loving, beautiful creatures. I could name names. So many of us have been pushed out of the presence of your fucked up God because y'all just didn't want to make room. I said it, and I will continue to say it. You just didn't want to make room in your God, in your version of God, in your Xerox copy of God for love, which God told you that He was. Almighty. How can the Almighty push me out of, like, I don't believe in that. I'll never believe in that again. So harmful. So harmful. And so in my version, and in my view of the Almighty God, there's space for everyone, including you that want to push me out. And I'm done being pushed out. It's like, here we are. If you can't tell in coronavirus that we're more alike than we're not, I'm going to tell you, we're all struggling. We're all stuck in the house. We're all in our mind. We're all wrestling with ideas and emotions and feeling of inadequacy and feeling of doing enough and not doing enough and waking up to our worth and identity. And a lot is going on. I see you, Daniel. Yeah, I feel you deeply. Thank you, brother. No one is better than the other. All have great divine worth. Yes. And we continually put people on pedestals and say that is the way. No, that is a way. We can all be a city on a hill. We can all be a city on a hill. We can all, in love, light the pathway for other people. We all can do it. Daniel says, yes, that's very common. Church hurt, religious violence. Yeah, I mean, I was violently... I want to figure this out, though, Daniel, and maybe you can help. But I really want to figure out how we can call back in people who have been hurt by religious violence and still hold space and community in that same way that felt good to us in church spaces, but without the violence. I think that we can build that. And if it's already built, put me on and I will jump on their AV ministry. But I'm tired of like not being able to love God in the ways that I want to love God, because, or maybe you know of a ministry out there that's looking for a music guy and I can just go and do that, especially digitally now. But you know what I mean? Like, I'm done. I don't know why I'm on this tangent tonight. Like, I've been going for an hour and 5 minutes now. Wow. I thought this was going to be a short one. Hey, Daniel. Good to see you, Bubbas. I love you. This is the Good Report. It's a space for gratitude and appreciation. It's also a space to bitch and moan about life sometimes. And we just kind of sit on our paint buckets, or our 5-gallon buckets, and just chat for a little bit. And then off we go into our lives. Right now, the theme is religious violence. I never plan what we're going to talk about. I just get on and talk for the benefit of the community. I hope. And if not for the benefit of the community, then for the benefit of me. Someone's got to win, right? In love. So, yeah, I don't think I want to start a church. That just bothers me. Because I don't think I want to start a church. But I want to definitely facilitate spaces where we can intentionally gather, offer up songs of love and encouragement. I'll figure it out. I don't know if that's like kind of a healing gathering like I was doing before, but like digitally, where we kind of digitally broadcast. That could be cool, huh? If I did like a little online cabaret where all of my friends came through and sang their songs and offered their love, kind of like in the Good Report style. Oh, your church. Maybe your church, yeah. I would love to connect. Anyway, I'm just out here thinking on the internet, on the soapbox, about ways in which I can be of better service on the other side of coronavirus times. Why not let our lives shine? Why not let our light shine? So anyway, that's what that's about. I'll keep you posted, and then you keep me posted, Daniel, on what you find out. I think that there's lots of opportunity for service. You said you would do it. Okay. Would you like come through and like help host it? Would you like come through and like help host it? Like if I got a Zoom room and invited a bunch of my friends and then like host it like a cabaret, would you host it? Like if I gave you the list of people that were on the list, would you host it? And I could just come in and like introduce you as host, and then we just like do it. Would you be down? And then like we could like read poetry and have like a little praise and worship if we wanted to. But the praise and worship could be like something from church or not. And people could understand that like this is for the churchy people, this little crunchy song. And for the people that aren't crunchy, like just hang on. We'll be with you in a second. And we could just like have a little gathering and have people come through and kind of sing from their living rooms. It could be cute. We don't need everybody to do it. We just need like 2 or 3 singers. And I got 2 or 3 singers that would probably be like, yeah, I'll come and sing. What you want me to sing? I forgot about that. I mean, if y'all are down, but like we gotta bring. That was another part of like the vision to Love City Spirit, because there's so many queer people that love God and want like really high, like where is the Hillsong, like where's the Hillsong's level of artistry for the queer spiritual person? You know what I'm talking about? I could be just blabbing into the internet tonight, but you know what I'm talking about? Like, where is the mainstream spiritual hub of love, light, gratitude, and abundance with good music? Like, good music. Where is that for the queer kids? Where is gay church? That's not the gym. Or you know, we used to have, I went to a Christian university, but when you couldn't go to like the main event, you could go to alternative chapel. An alternative chapel was this little like sing-songy, guitar playing, warm vibed space where people kind of sung good, you know, spiritual songs and uplifting songs, and then kind of moved on. They did like an abbreviated version of chapel, and you got chapel credit, and then it got turned in. What if we did like alternative church, or like alternative fellowship, alternative something? Like, I don't know if that's even good vibe. Like, I don't know, guys. I'm just like talking out loud. I feel like part of it is that I want a place where I can sing worship music in the company of other queer people and not be side-eyed for it. I don't know what that looks like. Anyway, yeah, please inbox me, Daniel. Inbox me, whoever else listens to this in replays and on the podcast, and let me know if you want to. You know, I'm sitting on a. Hey, Scott. Long time no see. I'm sitting actually on a list of people who want to collaborate. So maybe I'll try to like schedule that out and promo it, and then we'll just do like a little like the People's Cabaret. What do you think? I love this little jam that always plays here. There's many, so then maybe if I don't need to recreate it, Daniel, then how do I connect with them and let them know, like, hey, this is part of my work. I would like to work with you. Like, how does that work? Because I feel like I would love to be of service. I don't need to start an alternative church. My ego is not set up that way. I don't need to start an alternative church. I don't need to be the leader. I don't need to be the pastor. But if there's a space out there that would like, you know, what I contribute to the world, then I would love to plug in. Like that's the one thing that some people don't know about me. I'll turn this music down. I'm really not concerned with being in the spotlight, which is weird considering that I'm sitting in my studio, my home studio, under literal lights. But little known fact about me, like I really don't care about the spotlights. Like I like expressing myself, and I've been blessed that that's happened under smoke and lights and theatrical fog for all of my adult life. And childhood life as well. So for the majority of my life, I've always been on a stage under a spotlight. But I don't really need to be there. It doesn't do for me what I think it does for my friends. It really doesn't. It doesn't do for me. Like I love it, and I love that people love it. But it doesn't. The spotlight doesn't do it. It's the community piece. It's like the building of. So. I'm looking, if you're saying that there are tons of affirming ministries, how do we get them together to do this? Anyway, let's talk about it. I don't need to start something new. I got tons of stuff going on, but either we need to start it new, or we need to, this is to Daniel, everybody. We need to either start it new or plug into something fresh. That's that on that. But I'm definitely going to do a cabaret. I'm going to do a cabaret. In the month of May, in the month of May, I'm going to do a cabaret. I'm in the house anyway. Might as well. I've got some really talented friends. I'm going to ask them, would they come and do a cabaret? Why not, right? Calling out, I'm calling Jamari. I'm calling Jeanette. I'm calling Reggie. I'm calling Michael. I'm calling Dwan. I'm calling. I wonder if I can get Cassandra. I'm gonna call in people from all levels of the business, even people not in the business. I want to do a people's cabaret. That's what I want to do. This will start. What's one of your deepest callings, Daniel? A church? Starting a church? Or what? Tell me what one of your deepest callings is. I'm going to do the people's cabaret. I've been talking to Carl about it for a minute. Carl, I want to sign up to do it. Ooh, I just got chills. I want to do it. A people's cabaret. I'll do the people's cabaret on, I don't have a calendar here. When should we do it? Should we do it in 2 weeks? Should we do it in a week? Maybe I should give myself 2 weeks. I'm being super ambitious. And that ain't cute when you got shit to do. All right, today is the 2nd. I'm thinking we should do the People's Cabaret. We should do the People's Cabaret on... Can we do it in a week? The People's Cabaret, hosted by Daniel Williams. How about that? Daniel, would you host the People's Cabaret so that I don't have to do it? Or let's co-host it together? We'll see. I'm going to invite my friends from every not socioeconomic, but from every area. I'm going to invite my Broadway friends. I'm going to invite my non-Broadway friends. I'm going to invite my equity friends. I'm going to invite my non-equity friends. I'm going to see if I can put together an online cabaret of songs, of inspirational songs, and see if they play along. We'll see. I'll hit up Daniel after this is over and we'll do that. All right. Fresh ideas happen all the time. No better way to commemorate day 50 than to come up with new ideas. I think that tonight is the official launch of the People's Cabaret, as if I don't have anything else to do, but this will be the easiest thing. And I will see which one of my friends want to do it. And then I will get them all into a space and showcase and live stream. All right, everybody. Have a good night. This one really, really meandered. It's a little different than... It's a little extra. Tonight's episode was a little extra. I acknowledge that, but this is how I show up, and this is how we showed up. So I'll see you tomorrow night, 8:30. It's 10:15 already. Oh my God. I'll see you tomorrow at 8:30 Eastern, as I've been here every night at 8:30, trying to raise the vibration of love, light, and positivity on the earth. I hope to see you soon. All right, have a good night. If you want to reach out, you can reach out at lovecityarts.org. Tons of ways to contact us. You can text me at 404-585-1278. Or you can just chat us up in here. Daniel says, just bringing folks together across ministry to come and gather as Black folks doing God's work as one body. Yeah, man, please text me so we can just do this. Please. Have a great night, everybody. Know that you are love. Know that love is my religion. Know that love is the greatest power there ever is. And just please continue to give copious amounts of love to yourself in the days ahead. Have a great night. I love